this is the type of shit I told him back now. Young and never king, trip the gold like a sack. Duck in front of laws with the dogs, bring the scat out. Talking all that shit, you sound like Charles while I'm Shaq. Mike checkity, dog. We coming in with nothing but big noise. If you ain't ready for big noise, dog, we gonna have to get rid of you. You hear what I'm saying, dog?
You are a cloud, boy. What's going on, man?
Hey, we coming in with big noise, man. I'm telling y'all right now, we coming in with big noise only. You heard?
Let's get it.
Hey, it's that type of time. Cats ain't been on this mug in 50 years. It's been a minute, man. How you feeling over there, Doc?
Hey, bro, it's been too long, man. I'm glad we back on the pod. I'm back. We getting things shaking.
Yeah,
it's been too long, bro. I'm ready to get it, man. We don't practically miss the whole NBA playoffs. We don't got hate mail at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cass is like, yo, what y'all got going on, man? So I'm glad to be back, man.
Man, it's the Word of Clarity podcast where your boy is talking about music and sports with my man Klarity. Down with the TX, back with the B. Down in the TS. That boy down in the TX, back on this BS, you heard? How you feel, Doc? Nah, man, it feel good to be back in the building, man. It really does.
Yeah, I feel great, man. It feels great. The feel is back. I'm excited to talk about it all, bro, because the culture need the pod, man. You know what I'm saying? So we really gotta get some things shaped. We gotta make it up to the people, bro. Before the year is done, we gotta give them a couple live episodes and all that, man. So
oh yeah,
we gotta make it up for the people.
Yeah, we gonna get some lives. That I think we went live directly to YouTube once, and that mug went pretty smooth. That mug was pretty fun. We was streaming the I think at that time it was Lakers versus Golden State. Maybe it was like the second round or first round, one of those. But yeah, man, that was pretty smooth, dog. We definitely gonna have to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Man, the NBA season is almost coming to a halt. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already mentioned, it's been a while since we've been on here with the new episodes. But, as we can see, we back. Life's been busy. But unfortunately, all our guys seem to have fallen out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We are down to the last two, and it's just Jimmy Buckets and Jokic, the Joker. And, man, right now it's at a 1-1. It's quite interesting the way that this playoff season, and honestly the entire season has played out. It's been one for the books, man. And how we feeling about these finals, man? How we feeling, dog, off rip? Before we get to the finals, how we just feel about this postseason? You know what I'm saying? How we feel?
Well, I'm thankful that you switched the question, bro, because the people weren't gonna like what I had to say about the finals. So let's talk about the postseason first. Postseason has been crazy, man. In my opinion, despite my team, failing miserably, the postseason has been solid because we never could have anticipated where we are now. This postseason was one of the most competitive, one of the most surprising, one of the most riveting postseasons we've had in years. And you know what, man? A testament to the parity of the league, right? To a bunch of teams that aren't just stacked with 3, 4, 5 guys. They ain't building the USA team on each roster. Like, I like that. You know what I mean? I like the fact that the Knicks had a legitimate shot to come out the Eastern Conference this year. Legitimate by the time the playoffs, were rolling around. Right. I like the fact that the Kings took the Warriors to 7. We never would have even thought the Kings would be there, let alone taking the Warriors to 7. I like the fact that the Lakers cracked the Golden State Warriors, which is crazy. I thought that was a foregone conclusion. You know what I'm saying? And so, for me, man, like, this has been a really good playoff series. Now, the second part of your question, how do I feel about the finals? I regret to inform the American public, I haven't watched a single game of the NBA Finals. I apologize.
This cat ain't right, man. That boy out here blackballing the whole NBA Finals, huh?
Blackballing the finals, bro. I've caught the highlights, of course. I just love post-game pressers. So I've always listened to the words of each of the star players or the people that they interview afterward.
Right.
And then I follow the NBA, you know what I'm saying? So they always send us like the behind the scenes stuff. So I see that. But I haven't watched no games, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know if I am gonna tune in, bro. I'm sorry. I'm jaded. I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't asked me about my team, so I'm gonna just say that, man. Go ahead. I'm gonna get the floor to you, man. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. You avoided it. I asked you indirectly, man. I said the postseason, you just going to go around the Boston. You talking about Game 7 with Kings. You talking about my Lakers versus Warriors. But, yeah, I took them cats to a Game 7, man. I must say, dog, like you already mentioned, it's definitely been a different version of the postseason where it's just not top heavy. Obviously, you got Miami Heat, 8 seed that's now in the finals. A lot of cats probably don't even remember they actually lost the first play-in game, and then 3 minutes into the second play-in game, or 3 minutes of the last second play-in game, they was down to Chicago. Just to think that they was that close to being eliminated, and miraculously have now found themselves in the finals, going through MVP Giannis, going through looking like a promising New York Knicks team led by Brunson. And then you now, after that, go up against a Boston who was highly the favorites or massively the favorites to win everything. And they go up 3-0 versus them, which, a lot of the narrative of the NBA was thinking that history was about to be made. 149 teams before them all falling, but they were going to come back from 3-0. They did come back 3-3, but man, what a turn of events, how that one ended, dog. It seemed like Game 7, Miami Heat honestly came out pretty flat, but they quickly changed the narrative and, got them guys out of here. I'm not a Boston fan, but you already know the ties I got with JT, Jason Tatum from the Lou. What was it, the first play of the game? Ankle goes up off a rebound, some freakish play. Honestly, I didn't even see it in real time. And it took me to see it like maybe in the second half to even know that he was kind of even really playing not 100% because of the ankle injury. But you obviously can tell he was hobbled, wasn't able to be as mobile and, easy. The game wasn't as coming easy as it would if he had not been injured. But, man, that was unfortunate, dog, because I would have loved to see JT be on the side of that history-making dub going into the finals. But that's not the case. And, speaking about the finals, man, you got Jokic versus Jimmy. I think... Me personally, I got Jokic and them guys taking it. I've not watched it thoroughly like I typically do watch NBA postseason basketball. But if it's been on, it's been on, and I've caught some of the game. I've periodically probably only got the last 5 to 6, 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's kind of how I've been playing it. And there's been some spicy games late. So, yeah, man, it's been a up and down postseason, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Like all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, man, the NBA season is over, man. So, I'm looking toward the draft.
That ain't right, man.
I'm trying to see, who's gonna be the number 2 pick once San Antonio takes Victor. I'm focused on the new version of 2K getting ready to drop, 2K24. I got.
All right, man. Now this cat playing, man. We got to get these cats some real NBA rhetoric, man. This cat is just wildly outrageous. Something about the NBA.
Man, all right.
We got this right here, man. Let me prep this up, man. If whichever team wins, right? Let's say Jimmy wins or if Jokic wins, which one or who would this ring mean more for? You know what I mean? Would it be a Jokic or would it be a Jimmy? You think about both of their careers. They in 2 separate stages. Jokic, a much younger player, definitely at the peak of his prime right now. Jimmy, probably at the latter of the prime, but still, finding themselves in contention with getting rings. And with that, that context of both of their careers, what do who would you say this ring will actually matter more or mean more for?
Jimmy. it has to be more for Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mainly because, say what you want to say, Jokic has solidified himself. Jokic is a Hall of Famer if he dies today. Guaranteed. 2-time NBA MVP. Has drugged him, Jamal Murray, and some guys from the YMCA to the Western Conference Finals, to the NBA Finals. Dude is incredible. He has about a 10-inch vertical, and he's dominating every center in the NBA, including AD, which I needed to see because up until that point, AD was somebody who was like his neutralizer because of AD's athleticism and defense, and even that didn't stand a chance this year. So as far as I'm concerned, Jokic is already good. His book is solidified. Championship or no championship, he would be in the Hall of Fame just given what he's accomplished in the league already, which is insane to say. For Jimmy, I think we would like to give Jimmy props, and he deserves props. He's one of the greatest leaders in the NBA currently today. But Jimmy's accomplished considerably less. He's not a surefire NBA first team or even second team guy. Oftentimes he's a third team or no team guy. He hasn't made the All-Star team every year. I think he made it this year, but there's definitely many years within his career in which he's been looked over or skipped. And so, Jimmy winning a championship this year would solidify Jimmy. What people believe about Jimmy come playoff time, it would solidify. And I'll be honest, he gets to talk so much crap after this. Like, if Jimmy gets this done with this team, no Tyler Hero, him, Bam Adebayo, and and some dudes from the swamp, like, if he gets it done with this Miami team, like, bro, like, word, he's playing with me and you out there, bro. He's hooping with us. And he's literally in the NBA Finals, bro. I'm just being honest. Like, if he gets it done this year with that squad, it means a lot more to Jimmy.
I can agree. Yeah, I would definitely say Jimmy, being that he's not going to get too many more cracks at actually getting a ring, right? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy to think that this guy has literally led two teams to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Being both in Miami. And like you said, Jokic, bro, he can stop playing basketball right now and probably go down as a top 10 big of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, easily. Jimmy, I think this would cement him as a Hall of Famer. I think he's already debatably in that conversation, but if he wins, especially if he tops it off with getting the Finals MVP as well, definitely cements him as a Hall of Famer, which would be nuts to think, if you know his story, all the teams and being at a JUCO college and, you know what I mean, not having the best upbringing and things of that nature. I think he honestly has something going on with his father right now that he's been battling too. And to think all the obstacles, to get to where he is now, being seen as a guy on teams that they somehow let slip through the cracks. When you think of Philly, you think of Timberwolves, you think of Chicago, all these teams let this dude go. And it seemed like he only got better the more he kept moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got better every place that he went. You know what I'm saying? Led a lot of those teams to playoffs and gave them pretty much the best chance. I would say outside of this year, the other Philly team that had a great chance at going to the finals was the one with Jimmy. But somehow they kept Tobias Harris. It's the infamous video that goes around where he like, Tobias Harris, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is ridiculous. I would never pick Tobias Harris over a Jimmy Butler any day of the week. Wouldn't even be a thought of my mind. So, yeah, man, I would definitely say this means more for Jimmy. It's an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy hasn't quite been the same, though, since about the second round of the playoffs. He hasn't really been Jimmy Buckets or Hemi Buckets, whichever one you want to go with. But he's been suffering, I think, from that. I think he twisted his ankle in the second round, too. And he's been declining a bit. But I do believe, if need be, to get a dub, If it's, to force this in elimination games or anything where his back is against the wall, I believe Jimmy can kick it into that gear to where, he's back to Jimmy buckets. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to essentially overtake this Nugget team, because on paper, and then also the efficiency that they play with and that they shoot with, and the playmaking ability between Jokic and Murray, how they feed everybody and still get theirs, I think is the formula to success with them. And it's gonna be tough to see Jimmy come out. You know what I'm saying? But if he does, this definitely would impact and catapult him probably higher and mean more for his career rather than Jokic. But if Jokic does win, it will do a lot for Jokic as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it does a lot for Jokic. More so in a scary way for Jokic. It does a lot for Jimmy to solidify him. For Jokic, it catapults him. And I think that's the difference. Jokic is solidified.
That's a good way
already.
to see it. That's a good way to see it.
Yeah. Jokic is solidified already. But where it catapults Jokic is in a different space. Let me tell you like this, man. Jokic win this title, Dirk got to move out the way. Get Dirk out of there.
That's interesting.
The love
Get Dirk out of where?
Huh?
Get Dirk out of where? Where are we talking about Dirk at right
Whenever
now?
we have Dirk on time, Dirk gets dropped behind Jokic now, bro.
Without even thinking Dirk is a top 25 player of all time in my mind.
Agreed. And get Dirk out of here if Jokic wins his title. Because
I don't have too much pushback on that. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the reality of the situation is the love we give to Dirk is not only does he drag him, Jason Terry, an old, decrepit Jason Kidd, and that Dallas team, to the finals in the first place, but he also beats one of the greatest teams ever assembled in NBA history in that Miami Heat team, right? And so you have to think about it this way, like Dirk wasn't supposed to be there, and he takes out LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, get him out of there. This probably is even more impressive, bro, because Denver plays LA with LeBron and AD. Denver then turns around and plays. Who did they play? Did they also play?
They played KD and Booker.
They played KD and Booker, dog. Their first round matchup doesn't matter, and then so you. But here's the thing: you sweep AD and LeBron, which is unheard of. No, I don't care. I hate the Lakers with a passion.
I don't know.
I would never in a million years bet that they sweep AD and LeBron.
Let me remind you though, that team that you're talking about in 2011, Dallas with Dirk, they swept the defending champions, which was my Lakers in 2010. They swept us in the first round, and then they go on and beat.
That's true.
The big three in the finals. I don't know if I would still say the Dirk ring and run is still more impressive.
Hold on, word. Let me push back a little bit though, bro.
What's that?
Because here's the reality of the situation. When you look at who Joker is dragging, that's also got to be a little bit more impressive. Okay,
I would say Dirk was playing with cats that really wasn't much, bro. He got Jamal Murray. Bro, Murray is a bona fide Murray in the playoffs is similar to a Jimmy in the playoffs. They amplify. They turn up in a different, you know what I'm saying? They tick different in the playoffs.
I just want to be honest though. We didn't talk about Jamal Murray all year. Let's be real. On top of that, the last time we even mentioned the name Jamal Murray was in the bubble 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you have to understand. Like what Jokic is doing, bro, is literally, it's the same thing I said about Tom Brady. He's literally Tom Brady back in the day used to literally go to the Boston YMCA or the Boston Boys and Girls Club. He would find a dude, 6'1", 6'2", maybe if he was lucky, 6'3", 6'4", who was around 215 to 235 pounds. He would say, hey, brother, you look in shape. You look good. Pause. You want to play for the New England Patriots? And he would literally throw to that dude all year as a wide receiver for the New England Patriots, bro. And he was dragging those teams to the freaking Super Bowl every year. What Jokic is doing, bro, even without Jamal Murray, dragging like he's kept that team afloat and even more than respectable, bro. When Jamal Murray had a broken leg for the past 2 years, when Michael Porter Jr. couldn't stay healthy on the floor, and now he gets them back in their first season, even playing without injuries, and they're in the finals. Like, this dude is pretty incredible, bro. And like, I hate to give him too much, but what I'm saying is he's taking this Nuggets team with dudes like Bruce Brown and Christian Braun. Like, we don't know who these dudes are for real, for real. We know who Jamal is.
Hold on, man. They got
about MPJ.
They got some guys over there,
bro.
But no. They got formidable guys that would be key pieces. Like, of course, KCP came from my Laker team. He's
KCP.
He's a champion. Aaron Gordon has been perfect to guard the best wing on every team that they've been playing against. KD,
I like
LeBron. You know what I mean? In this playoff now, he got to guard Jimmy. So he was almost a match made in heaven when he got put over there in Denver. Bro, I love Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was one of the best players off the bench this year. Like, he comes in and gives you what you want your bench players to give you. Energy, buckets, and playmakes. So they got guys over there, bro, who really is dragging YMCA guys. It's Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, it's true.
He's dragging. Look, bro. Jimmy Buckets is dragging dudes that Jermaine Cole had to advocate to get put on teams. In Caleb Martin, who's Caleb Martin? Caleb Martin looked like who J. Cole want to be in the league, right? He want to be him, but he actually is him in the league.
Absolutely.
He over there playing with what's the one guy? What is it? Not Whiteside. It's some of the guy. One of the guys, I think his number like 24. He comes off the bench. You got Max Strus being
Miami.
Yeah. It's like
it's gonna bother me the fact that we don't know that man's name.
I forgot his name. I mean, it ain't nobody we should know. We only know him because of like Tyler Hero. He's out. That's another thing.
Right.
Bro, 23 to 25
Strus,
points.
talking about Max?
No, I know. I named Max. It's a black dude I'm talking about. He comes in off the bench. He got a pretty stern body type.
I know,
but I forgot his name.
I don't know that dude's name. Yeah, I don't know that dude's name.
But yeah, bro, Max Strus, Tyler Hero's out. Bam Adebayo is probably the best option as far as like somebody he can go to, depending on to get like 20 to 10 every night. Outside of that, I mean, Duncan Robinson really ain't the guy he's been since he's got the contract, but he's had moments. And then you got little Gabe Vincent out there doing his thing, right? That's who's Jimmy depending on. And then Jimmy himself already isn't what people make him out to be.
By the way, let me tell you what's also scary that nobody's talking about. Not only is Tyler Hero out, but I want people to know this. Victor Oladipo is also on this roster. And if people don't realize that even Victor Oladipo last year in the playoffs was a problem. He was giving people all types of problems off the bench, bro.
Yeah.
And so just imagine if Jimmy had a quarter of his resources that he's actually supposed to have available. So yeah, bro. But like in my example, I was partly playing about Jokic because Jokic has a lot more of a squad than Jimmy. But Jimmy is truly the epitome of my example. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Jimmy's taking dudes that don't even belong in the league to the finals, which really is an indictment on us. But you know, we'll continue to keep going on that.
Well, let's get a bit of just a little feedback from your about your Boston Celtics, contributions to the postseason this year. What do you feel? What's the future hold for Boston? How do you feel about the way things ended and just, overall feedback on them guys this year for you, man? How do you feel?
The Boston Celtics are one of the biggest disappointments in NBA history, dog. I am.
Hold on now, man.
I am disgusted with that franchise. Joe Mazzulla has got to go. Jaylen Brown, you can't go left. You got to go. Al Horford, you're coughing up dust. You got to go, bro. Cat's got to go. Cat's got to go, bro. Honestly, here's what I propose right now, bro, for Celtics Nation. One, we underachieved. I don't care if we came back from 3, tied it up 3-3, forced to Game 7. We should have never been in that position. That's trash. That's number one. Number two, Joe Mazzulla getting the contract over Ime Udoka before Ime Udoka even gets a chance to come back and coach his team. Trash. Like Joe Mazzulla, think he's going to be a good coach in the future. He's an average coach right now. Danny Ainge capping to the media talking about, oh, everybody trusts Joe Mazzulla over Ime Udoka. Who? That's a lie. You don't. So that's cap. Here's what needs to happen. First thing we need to do is we just paid Joe Mazzulla. So if we can't get rid of him, then our supporting cast, like the Sam Cassell hire we just hired, great. We need about 3 more Sam Cassells to support Joe Mazzulla because he's not ready to do it. He's not ready to do it by himself. That's number 1. Number 2, get rid of Jaylen Brown at this point, not because he's not great. Actually, you know what? People in the media, I'm joking, people in the media have more of a problem with Jaylen Brown than I do. I do think he has deficiencies in his game. I do think that he takes irrational shots sometimes. I also love his confidence. I love his dog. And I'll be honest, in the face of a more talented star like Tatum, who sometimes mentally can take a back seat, we kind of need a Jaylen Brown in order to go. However, if I could package, this is what I propose to Celtics Nation. If I could package Jaylen Brown, listen to this, Jaylen Brown, the 6th man of the year, Malcolm Brogdon, I'll even turn around and give you Al Horford. So Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, 2 first-round NBA draft picks, and cash considerations to the Portland Trailblazers for Damian Lillard. Tell me who says no. That's what needs to happen in Boston. At the end of the day, bro, Boston needs somebody like a Dame who's mentally strong to hold JT accountable and who can take the big shots. And to me, that is a more than fair package.
Man, that is that is beyond fair. That is, bro.
I'm willing to do it. Yeah. Let me tell you. We still get to keep Derek White, who I love, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, Marcus Smart, Damian Lillard. We still have a squad, even if we get rid of all them pieces. We still have a squad. And
I don't need a big back though. Give me Nurkic or somebody back.
We don't need Nurk, but I
Jeremy Grant.
Well, Grant's not even. Is Grant still there? Oh yeah, he is. Nah, Grant is asking for too much. Give me whatever bench center you got out there in Portland. I'll take it. We just need a rotation guy. I trust Robert Williams to play big minutes. We just need somebody to back Robert Williams up. So
yeah,
in my opinion, I'm willing to give all that away for Damian Lillard, and to me, I think that's a more than fair package, and I'd be willing to pull the trigger on that immediately. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, that package is beyond. I mean, I feel like it's too much in that package that they getting. I mean, Jaylen Brown, his upside from here on out will be definitely more than Dame's because the age difference and where they are in their career. I would say all you would probably have to give up is maybe Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, and maybe a pick. That's what I would do. You still hold on to some of them other cats. But, I would love if y'all can go get Dame, dog. And I would love for Dame to be in a state where he's considering leaving. I think what would be the bigger challenge to happen is Dame considering to leave rather than y'all be willing to give up what y'all would have to give up to get him. I think that would easily happen more than Dame thinking about leaving. Just because of how much we know we've heard him speak on being loyal to Portland. And I'm doing a podcast. So yeah, man. I would love for that to happen. Either that for Dame or for Dame to go to Miami. I haven't really seen Dame. I really haven't seen Dame say too much about going anywhere or anything like that. But I would love for Portland to give him the type of treatment that OKC gave Russ on the way out. Just like, hey, we gonna send you somewhere where we think you would be in contention and playing with somebody that's still relevant basketball. You know what I mean?
Hey, word, I got a hot take for you though, bro. Then I want you to continue, bro, and share whatever you want to share after this.
What's that?
I would put anything in my account on this. If Damian Lillard somehow gets to Miami with Jimmy Butler, there is no assembly of any players that would take them out in a playoff series.
But the way you tried the word, there was no semblance of of players that would take them out.
No, can't happen.
I mean, no, I'll give you the answer. It wouldn't happen in any spaces where games were close. If you just came out and they had off nights, you'll be able to get them. But if it came down to, we need cats to get buckets in crunch time, late in games, that type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, anything like that, they would be undefeated in any clutch stat or clutch game situation. Undefeated.
Let's put it this way, though. How many games like that did we see in this playoff run? They would have beaten everybody.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Let me tell you something. The Heat with Damian Lillard right now would be a heavy favorite, dog. It would be so bad. It would be so bad there'd be no reason to play the games. Denver might as well just come, show up, sign a waiver that says they lost the game, and then move on, bro, and go on vacation. Like that's how clear it would be. I would be shaking in my boots if Damian Lillard and Jimmy Butler got on the same team, not just for my Celtics because we play in the East, but literally for every team in the NBA. Because the reality of the situation is, who do you stop? Jimmy's already shown that he can take Caleb Martin's and Gabe Vincent's to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. Now you're getting ready to give him Damian Lillard, and let's say you get to keep Bam, which is already a cheat code. So that means you get to roll out a lineup that looks like Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Bam, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. Like, dog, this gets out of control.
Hold on, they're gonna have to give up somebody to get him now. Tyler and Duncan probably gonna have to go.
Okay. Let's say Tyler and Duncan go.
Yeah.
Tyler, I love Tyler's game, by the way. I'm actually the one who advocated for Tyler being a future star when y'all laughed in the group chat, by the way, a couple years ago. However,
I was about to say, I'm still laughing at that. He ain't been no star since.
Hey, Tyler been right there, bro. Right there. Right on the cusp. What we talking about?
Man, Tyler, Tyler is, you know what Tyler is? He's literally just a bucket. I mean, he's just a bucket. That's literally all he is.
I think he got a little bit more to his game than that, but yeah, he's definitely a bucket for sure. We're not going to disagree on that. So let's say they get rid of Tyler and Duncan. You still got the Gabe Vincents, the Caleb Martins, and the Victor Oladipos of the world. Yeah, Victor Oladipo's a dog in his own right. Caleb Martin, I hate to give him so much props because he killed myself.
Yeah, hold on now. Hold on. We can't start mentioning Caleb Martin like he's proven and certified now.
All I'm saying is this:
he's had a Lynn Sanity type of moment.
Yeah, true. But what do you? Let's just say this, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about Caleb Martin, but I just have to ask you a question about Caleb Martin. What are his prospects after this season? When you think about his confidence, when you think about another year in that system, when you think about more opportunity, is Caleb Martin not somebody you can see averaging 15 and a half a game consistently from here on out? I can. In Miami system, with that confidence, with going through a playoff run, with showing up. Like, to me, this seems like a dude that we're going to get ready to say is a solid rotation piece for years to come. He's good. I'm not saying no star, but I'm saying a dude that you have to consider on the floor.
Yeah, I mean...
Am I tripping?
I mean, it's a prediction that would be supported by... recent evidence would support it heavily, but I just don't know because it's a lot of moving pieces as to why he had them opportunities. Of course, Tyler Hero. Jimmy has been a lot of passive and not as aggressive. We got games where Jimmy having 13, taking only 10 shots. Like, I mean, somebody had to shoot. You got Caleb Martin literally was the second most voted for Eastern Conference MVP by a difference of 1 with winning and losing, right? And I think
imagine if he had that under his belt.
He would definitely. I mean, he would have to be getting some money, getting everything would jump up. Probably put him in the starting lineup, all that going forward. But yeah, I mean, I think it is. I guess it's safe to say, he can be a solid rotation piece, or his opportunity basically he would be much more than what he has now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying star, but I'm saying a dude that you rely on for like, I don't know where you would put KCP, but KCP has been one of the most consistent rotation guys in the NBA this year, right? Mm-hmm. I think, can I see Caleb Martin being a KCP? Not the shooting, but just overall impact? Absolutely. From here on out, to me, that's not even a crazy, like, go out on a limb prediction. That's like, yeah, as long as that brother stays healthy, he should probably be that at least in the NBA. And all I'm saying is, you add Dame to that equation with that level of dog. I don't know what we do, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see it, man. Yeah, my 3 places, I know they was trying to put Philly in there. I'm like, no, I don't want to see nobody with that nigga Embiid. Them niggas cursed. I would love for him to either go, oh, yeah, they cursed, bro. He done had Ben Simmons, James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Tobias, all them niggas over there. They can't get past the second.
Wait. No, I'm not going to get away with that. Are you really counting Ben Simmons' word? What are we talking about? Ben Simmons has not shown up one bit with Joel Embiid, if we're being honest, bro.
Bro, Ben Simmons, dog. Embiid got the best version of Ben Simmons, dog. He was that dude when he was in Philly and still playing before he had all the mental breakdowns. He got the best Ben over there. They had some good runs. I mean, he was playing with confidence, attacking the rim, just wasn't passing and not shooting at all. But, all them other players I named should have put him in position to at least make it to the conference final. You know what I'm saying? But I would say, yeah, Boston, Heat, or the last option for Dame I would love to see is Milwaukee. I would love for him to go to Milwaukee because obviously them guys underperformed majorly and was a disappointment going out in the first round this year. Chris Middleton would be a prime piece to go get Dame. You know what I mean? I would. Ooh, yeah. See, and that's the situation that's nasty over there. Because I would do everything in my power to keep Drew Holiday along with Giannis.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. And you just run my boy over to the 2. He play like a Kyrie type of situation guard. Dame in the 2, Drew at the 1, and you got Giannis. Oh, I'm loving that.
Dog, first of all, I just want people to know, Damian Lillard, in my opinion, and I've argued it many times in the show, so if you're not new to the podcast, let me be clear. Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the NBA, period. Point blank, you cannot, there's no Damian Lillard slander I will take from anybody. On top of that, I've been arguing that if Damian Lillard were in Steph's position, he'd have the same decorated career, if not better. Just because I believe in Damian Lillard. That's what I believe. On top of that, the only person to stop Damian Lillard in a playoff series in his entire career is Drew Holiday. Because Drew Holiday is a different type of dog. If you put Drew next to Dame, next to Giannis,
yeah,
there's no reason to play the games. Again, there's no reason to play the games.
That assemblance of players, assembling those players, there's no weakness. There's no weakness. You got ultimate defense, ultimate shooting, ultimate clutchness, ultimate, everything you would need. You would just need to fill the gaps around them. The role players. Chris Middleton won't be enough to go get him. You have to give up Chris Middleton. You probably going to have to give up Lopez and a whole bunch of draft picks or something. It's going to be something crazy. The package that you'll need, like Boston has a better package to go get Dame versus Milwaukee having what they need to go get him. Boston will have the best out of almost anybody to go get anybody in the league right now, obviously, because they dealing with literally he's a bona fide all-star in Jaylen Brown, but on the cuffs of wanting to be a superstar. And then they got pieces to trade and give up outside of him to where it won't leave them naked because they still holding the top 5 player with JT. You still got a defensive player of the year with Marcus, and you still got great surrounding pieces like Robert Williams, Grant Williams, all these other guys. So,
oh yeah, I don't got to get rid of Al Horford. I'll get rid of Grant Williams in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, Grant Williams. Yeah,
Grant Williams out of there.
Yeah, Celtics to get rid of them quick. But man, outside of that, man, recently we seen your boy Kyrie allegedly is reaching out to his boy allegedly LeBron to come down and join him and Luka in Dallas. Now, come on, man. Are we believing the foolery of this, or if it happens, what are we doing with that? Dallas. You gonna be because where you at? You in Houston? You probably move up to Dallas after that, huh?
Hey, bro, I'm 4 hours away, bro. I'm a 4 hour little road trip from
Ooh.
watching the Mavs games, bro. Let me tell you, Braun and Luka and Kyrie and Draymond, they talking about Dallas trying to retool to get everybody.
Yeah, they crazy. I don't know how they think they're able to do something like that, man. I mean, come
Now,
on.
I will say this though, cap wise, they could. I don't know how you get LeBron to Dallas and keep Luka. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, because he's still under contract.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. But if somehow there's some cap gymnastics to make that work, then they also can say, yeah, it would have to be, bro. If somehow there's something like that, then you can also get Draymond Green under that umbrella as well. I think the better play for Dallas is going to get Draymond whether or not LeBron comes or not. Draymond is what they need over there. They lost Finney Smith. You need a dude like Draymond to make that engine go. And also to hold Kyrie accountable, which I think he would do perfectly. I think Luka needs to play next to a winner and somebody with a winning mentality who could also hold Luka accountable to what it takes to win. Luka doesn't know what it means to win yet. He's had minor success, but not enough. So with that being the case, that would be the perfect fit. But I will say, I don't blame Kyrie for making that call though.
Allegedly. I'm gonna have to drop that. I'm gonna have to make a drop of that allegedly, bro.
Allegedly, dog. Allegedly. But allegedly, I don't blame Kyrie for making that call. Let me say this. I know LeBron likes Tinseltown. Who doesn't like LA, right? But the reality of the situation is, and I think you wouldn't mind me saying this, LeBron is underachieved in LA a little bit. I feel like LA should have one more in LeBron's tenure than they have, and it wouldn't be the craziest thing. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing for LeBron to say, "Hey, look, man, I gave LA a championship. Y'all never quite embraced me like y'all did Kobe, even though I gave my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm out, going to play on my dog, man." You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for me to see that. I think LeBron would be, in typical LeBron fashion, trying to pad his stats a little bit and go somewhere where it would probably be a little bit easier for him to get a ring. Because I think if somehow they keep Luka and Kyrie, that's an easier team to assemble and a tougher team to beat than what he has in LA.
Well, hold on, man. Yeah. So, I mean, you're one of the guys that believe that this Laker team, right, given the runway of being able to play and going to the amount of chemistry that would lead to serious final contention with the team currently assembled the way it is right now, right? You've made those comments, and I mean, and after that, we went on to be the best team in the league since the trade deadline, a top 5 defensive team in the league, and somehow found ourselves in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, we got swept, but all 4 games, it literally was a game. The average point differential was 6 points. So never was a blowout. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Cats was getting mopped around on the floor. And a lot of times you would say it fell on the shoulders of AD not being as consistent as he, typically is. Not the most consistent guy in the postseason or just period. That's just who he's came to be somehow. Yeah, man, I would say, we fixed one problem, or I ain't gonna say a problem, because I think even with time, he would essentially play better, D'Angelo Russell. But, the Lakers, they don't believe in just overwhelmingly spending too much time on development of a player. You kind of got to get it together as soon as you land in LA. And I would love to see what we can do around that. I'm more of in favor of, Kyrie maybe taking a little, pay cut and come running with us out in LA. You know what I'm saying? Why not? But if not, maybe going to go get somebody else like a Fred VanVleet for D'Lo. Somehow we can get him over here. I would love that. Chris Paul's always looming around somewhere in the background and trying to get to LA. Wouldn't necessarily love that, but I would understand and understand how he gets to LA. What you got?
I don't know why you don't love that, because in my opinion, Kyrie shoots the ball and takes away from the chemistry of that LA team. D'Lo doesn't do what he needs to do consistently enough to be a factor in LA. But somebody who is a perfect blend and a perfect medium, who also is a floor general and a point guard, and Chris Paul, to me, he makes that LA team run smooth, buttery smooth, bro. That offense would be set and just silky with Chris Paul at the point guard, in my opinion.
Bro, if we just going off of speaking in theory, for sure, like literally it would be a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Him, Brian, and AD. But as you pointed out, all the cons in those players, you have to highlight the one with him, and his is just literally growing up. Getting older. His body will give out and say, I tap out. Them gunshots came in. His body.
He's literally growing up. I've never head that in my life.
His con is just growing up and getting older. Like, yeah, you say Kyrie, he gonna take the ball out of the road, like the motion of it, and it's not gonna be as fluid. And you know,
and then of the offense.
And then D'Lo, you know, he just goes missing. He only plays in moments where he's motivated, like against the Golden State Warriors. And sometimes it's not playable because he's really a liability on the opposite side of the ball, the defensive side. So, yeah, man, I mean, I would love Chris Paul. If it was somebody that I believe that would be able to give him the amount of rest in games, because I'm not saying just rest out of games, but can take the minutes to where he would have enough rest in games, and then over a stretch, still give him the amount of stamina and durability he would need for the playoffs to make it through. You know, if we on a championship run, we need you at least for about 20 plus games. You know what I'm saying? So if it was somebody, you would think that's Dennis Schroeder, right?
Right.
But I just need somebody to where if he was to fall off, like if Chris Paul was to just go missing how he did in this Suns series, he went out for games, like I would still be confident in whoever's out there, like a Malcolm Brogdon. If Marcus Smart or Derek White isn't playing in front of like if they happen to get injured and he has to step into that role and be the starting point guard, it's not going to be that much of a drop off. You actually may gain in some spaces. It may drop off in other elements like defense or, you know what I mean, coverage and matchups and things of that nature. But you know, when you get a Schroeder and that's your backup, and you used to having a Chris Paul being able to get buckets, facilitate, because Schroeder definitely ain't a facilitator. It wouldn't give me the most confidence. So that's why I would just be like, hey man, I'd rather go get Kyrie. He knows how to play with LeBron. I think we would put LeBron in the point guard seat, and he be the guy that generates the offense and runs it. Kind of like on our championship run. And, you know, he only have to go get buckets whenever we really need it. If you got 50 points between Kyrie and AD, you got 50 points, 18 rebounds, and probably about 10 assists between them. Right? And whatever you get from Brian, Brian get back into that point guard position, he gonna average about 20, 10, and 10. 10 assists, 10 rebounds, 20 points. Because he ain't gonna be doing all that on the block, banging with cats, none of that. And so the rest of the guys give us 30 points, we get a dub. You know what I'm saying? We need something like that. So, man, it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. I don't really necessarily believe that Kyrie really reached out.
You don't?
Nah, I don't think he did. I don't think he did, man. Especially with Kyrie on his IG lives, you know, always going at these sport anchors and reporters about don't listen to him. Like, he's been pretty adamant about, like, yo, these cats out here just putting out stories on him. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they they have all the reason to put stories on this nigga Kyrie Irving. I mean, you know, all the reasons that he's giving these niggas to not be on his side and to put narratives against him. So I gotta take his word and believe him on that. But I don't see Mark Cuban being behind something like that either, without necessarily thinking he would have to give up nobody, because he not finna give up no Luka. Like, he not finna give up no Luka.
Who else is over there though?
Nobody. Christian Wood, Hardaway Jr.
Christian Wood, Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, who was a promising young kid.
Man, he ain't, come on. You got to think about the contract y'all inheriting. This nigga's scheduled to get about 50 M's next year. Like, you got to have somebody that's getting money. And y'all ain't got nobody over there getting money except a Luka and about to get paid Kyrie.
The only way the Lakers do that is if a third team is involved, number one. And two, if LeBron says, this is what I want, period.
Right.
LeBron
If they got that type of... If they got that type of confirmation from Bron through the grapevine somehow, Bron saying, this is what I want, even though the last word we got from this nigga, he talking about it's a lot of basketball to think about, you know what I mean? trying to err on the side to think about retirement, you know what I mean? And then they don't tell him what he up to, but and I don't see a plan like that aligning with him trying to play with his son either, and I think that's definitely something at the top of his list that's like on his bucket list to still do before he get out of the league, and I just don't see that assisting that type of reality to actually happen. But man, Vogel to the Phoenix Suns, man, how do you feel about that? Is that anything to say that they're that much better and gives them that much chances and odds to be the back in the finals, or what do you feel? It was just silliness to get rid of Monty for Frank Vogel. What do you think about that?
KD request a trade. Get out of there immediately, bro. Frank Vogel's not gonna do nothing for you.
Hey, Frank Vogel got us a chip. What you think? What about the people that say that Frank Vogel came to LA 2 years, got a chip?
Frank Vogel had Jason Kidd on that staff. He had my guy, old school coach. What's his name from Memphis? What's my man's name?
What are you talking about?
Lionel Hollins. On that
More
squad.
importantly, he had a peak AD and a healthy AD, and still a pretty much prime LeBron. More importantly,
also the biggest piece of the Lakers franchise, even to this day, not named LeBron and AD, is a guy on the bench, the light-skinned assassin himself. Coach Phil Handy, man. Coach Phil Handy.
Oh, man. Phil Handy's still in the building.
Hey, shout out to Coach Phil Handy. So, you have to understand, Frank had all of that at his disposal. Prime LeBron, Prime AD, Phil Handy, Lionel Hollins, Jason Kidd, Rajon Rondo, NBA head coach in the making himself on the floor, Dwight Howard as a backup, JaVale McGee as a backup. Like, he had too much going for him. Frank, I don't trust Frank Vogel. And here's the thing: even with that LA squad, we still didn't trust Frank Vogel to do the right thing. They just happened to get it done. So I don't trust Frank Vogel to do anything right by the Suns team. If I'm booking on them, I'm saying, hey man, end of an era. We lost Monty, no big deal. Get me out of here. Hey KD, go to your next destination. You like hopping teams anyway. Go find out where else you want to play. Chris Paul. Get to the Lakers, man. That's where you should have been playing next to Kobe anyway. Rest in peace to the Bean. Go fulfill your destiny over there. Like, to me, they should just blow this whole thing up and allow Frank Vogel to play with Scoot Henderson, the future number 2 pick, and whoever else they can get. You know what I'm saying, out there in Phoenix, because I don't see any of this being,
so what you think?
Worthwhile.
All right, man. What you think about DeAndre Ayton, man? I see rumors about getting him out of there before they even think about what they're doing with Chris Paul. What you think? If you decide to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, what are we doing?
One of the wisest things I ever heard recently over the summer was Dwight Howard. He said, "There's room here in Taiwan," and I think that's exactly what DeAndre Ayton needs to hear. There's room in Taiwan.
Cats need to stop this silliness, man.
Bro, go play for the Taiwan Tigers, bro. Dwight Howard is out there recruiting. DeAndre Ayton, your time has come. It's all good. You had a decent career.
Ayton ain't even 30 years old, man. Come on.
Hey, it don't matter, bro. Go play in Taiwan, bro. Go play in Taiwan. Get him out of there, man.
Oh, man.
The Suns need to get him Shanghai Sharks, Taiwan Tigers, What we got? The Mad Ants for the G League. There's plenty of places that he could play, that he would be of service and dominate. But as far as his time in the league, bro, he's pissed me off to the point where I'm ready to get rid of him. If I'm Phoenix, I'm getting DeAndre Ayton out of there for a bag of cookies at this point. Get him out of there.
He always talk about a bag of cookies.
Bag of cookies, bro. Famous Amos at that, bro.
Man, we close it down with the NBA offseason because we got tons of NBA offseason stuff that's going to be coming out over the next few weeks, especially after the playoffs start. But, man, you know, one big story that we are waiting, it's already been a big story. It's probably stole a lot of shine from a lot of the headlines in the NBA. You already know who I'm talking about. None other than Wick himself. You know what I'm saying? Let me play his background theme music. His theme music literally is either that or it's a you have an alternative version where it's an NBA YoungBoy song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Wick, man, Ja Morant. If you don't get the joke, that's what we talking about. The young fella that plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, he had a second offense or antic of him flashing a gun on IG Live once again. I think it was his friend that was in the car. They was listening to music, jamming. He turns the phone, and who do we have? Wick in the passenger flashing a gun that they now supposedly are saying is a toy gun, which is insanity. I'm with who said it the other day? Oh, yeah, Shannon Sharp. He like, bro, you got to come up with a better excuse than saying it's a toy gun if you was doing all... No, it wasn't even Shannon Sharp. It was Charlamagne the Guy. He was like, bro, if it was a toy gun, what's your boy turn the camera so fast for, and why'd you issue an apology if it wasn't a toy gun? All your behavior says it was a real gun. So now you capping. I guess that was the additional information that Adam said that came out that they found once they actually investigated. Could be wrong, but he said the NBA investigated and got additional information that I think is going to make the actually suspension even more harsh. So, yeah, man, a lot of cats saying in the NBA it's going to be about 30-plus games, man. What do you think about this, man? Is it fair? What do you think about Ja? Is he just a senseless child with too much money that don't know what to do with it? You know, to me, he's not a child. Guy's a grown man. But he does have a lot of money at a young age, I will say that. But, yeah, man, what do you think? What do you think about this whole situation, man?
Shout out to Wick, man. I'm deeply saddened, man, by Ja, man, because, you know, you got one guy who continues to eat himself out of house and home every offseason and can't stay in shape, who was the number one pick of that draft. And then you got number two, you got a guy who all the talent in the world, great leader on the basketball court, but he want to be the next, you know what I'm saying, gun bar king. I don't understand what's happening. Like, with Ja, he is young. I will say this. You can't give a 23-year-old me $100 million and expect me to act right neither. I understand. However, me understanding is not enough for me to give him a pass to say, oh, nah, it's all good. Because the reality of the situation is, bro, we're like this falls on Ja because he's a grown man, but also T Morant, where are you, dog? Yeah. You're that man's father, bro. Like, you're part of his team. You're one of his strongest advisors. If your son was messing up the bag of $100 million, you take Ja Morant to the backyard if you got to and beat him senseless until he figures it out. Like, his team is letting him down too, bro. Like, there's no reason why he should even be able to own a registered gun, let alone have one in his hands. And if I was his dad and I seen that, even as a grown man, he'd have to square up with me, bro. I just don't understand that. So, you know, he's young, but also his team is terrible, man. His team, he needs to revamp that entire team, because I'm sure LeBron James did some stupid things when he was drafted. But we'll never know because his team was solid.
Yeah.
And those who have solid teams are oftentimes taken care of, and this stuff doesn't even get to us or get to the media when you have a solid team of people who are looking out for you. He's got to want it. He's got to want it more than that. So yeah, he's a grown man, but he's also young. But also his team failed him. I think it's a melting pot. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't even be mad if the NBA decided, look, bro, you suspended for the season. We'll holler at you next year. I wouldn't be mad at that, bro. Like,
yeah.
At some point, even though he's young and makes mistakes, he's got to learn. And maybe that would be the only way to get to him by suspending him an entire year. I wouldn't be mad. That's my take on it.
Yeah, man. It's with me, man. With me, it's just like, man, what has to happen for this, for him to take his profession or his job serious enough to where he don't find himself in these situations time and time again. Because here's the reality, man. A lot of this stuff, we know a lot of these kids and, young athletes are doing. But it's like, why do we have to keep on pulling out the phones and showing it and broadcasting it to the world? You know what I mean? Like, this very much can be. I'm not condoning it and saying it's cool that this is going on behind closed doors, but at least you being smart about not putting your business out on Front Street. You know what I mean? Like, it's a smart way to do stupid stuff. Like, literally, dog, it's a smart way to do stupid stuff, dog. Like, yes. and he's doing stupid stuff. And not stupidly. Doing it, and he's doing it stupidly. You know what I mean?
You're just stupid.
You doing stupid stuff stupidly. You know what I mean? You said it. You can't say it no better than that, dog. And like I ain't even saying what James Harden does is necessarily stupid. He can do what he want to do, but we know, he's a guy that likes to really have his fun. You know what I mean? Live the lifestyle that looks very much like a rapper at sometimes more than a athlete, right? But
side note, James Harden has been slumped over in many Houston clubs, night in and night out. Slumped over, bro. Like, had to be dragged out by his homies in Houston.
Oh yeah,
we never hear about any of that. You want to know why? Because he has a good team. My bad. Keep cooking word. I'm just saying. That's the point you're trying to make.
That's the point I'm making, though, man. Because I've never heard that. It's never been on TMZ. Stephen A's never covered it on First Take. If it was, he would have been hearing it a lot from the basketball community and just the general public. So, yeah, man, like Ja, he got to get smarter with this stuff, dog. You got too much to lose. You know what I mean? Like, you got all this money, dog, let alone you get to play basketball for a living and get paid millions. And I feel like, bro, did this dude ever really love the game? You know what I mean? Was he really in it for the game? Did he just want the lifestyle that's benefited from making that type of money and being a basketball player and not really is, somebody that loves the sport purely for the sport only alone? So, yeah, man, the 30-game suspension plus, I was already saying a half a season before any of the rumored amount of games came out. So 30 games would be, actually letting him off the hook. But I'm also in favor of, like, the whole he's out of here for the entire season, because somebody was talking about it on one of these sports shows, and they was like, bro, if he come back doing a half mark of the season, that's almost benefiting the team, because the team, I would say, is still will be respectable to where they probably could have their team in playoff position, and you get a Ja Morant back in the second half of the season. Oh, shoot, you setting them up to, now can go possibly on a run, and who knows what can happen. So it's like you almost rewarding him in that manner if you was to go about it that way. So yeah, man, I wouldn't be mad if it was half of the season or the entire season. This dude got to get it together, man, and we shall see, man. It's not gonna come out until after the playoffs or after the postseason and the finals. I thought that was smart, because that obviously would be a whole lot of headlines and talked about. You already got not two small market teams, but two teams that aren't the most spoken about as far as like, yo, we wanted to see these cats there. They ain't LA, they ain't Boston, they ain't Philly, they ain't the teams that we wanted to see, and they don't really have stars. So it would have definitely took away from, they shining their moment right now in the finals. So yeah, man, hopefully Ja get it together, dog. Cause it's some cats saying this cat may not be in the league in the next 5 years, or the cat may not even be on this earth in the next 5 years. Cat's saying so. Yeah, man, hopefully Cat get it together, and T Morant gotta do better. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, T, man. Come on, T. Your old school black pop, man. Figure that out, man. Get your son. Give him the hands if you gotta give him the hands.
The old school black pop stuff was insane, bro. Why did you kill that boy off like that, dog?
For real, bro. He gotta die, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, man. That's hilarious, dog. But yeah, man. Man, it's a lot still going in the basketball world. You know what I mean? We gonna be back more than less. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't trying to have these episodes spaced out too wildly. But in the music world, man, I ain't gonna say it's been a lot been going on, but we have some recent releases. You know what I'm saying? Durkio being one of the ones that I've definitely been invested into over the last few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Durkio definitely in the building. Metro is in the building with another collaboration soundtrack album with the soundtrack to the Spider-Verse latest movie, which I haven't seen, but I've heard nothing but great reviews.
Excited though. Yeah.
And feedback from. I skimmed through the actual Metro project. This one I thought had a few standout records, but collectively it wasn't the most ear candy for me. But okay. I think I would enjoy it more if I was actually seeing the movie and hearing the music and the sound as a soundtrack more so that way. Of course, it's how the music is created anyway when you make it a soundtrack. But sometimes the music could just be dope standalone as well. We got a couple albums coming out soon over the summer. You know what I mean? Coi Leray, she's coming, I believe, not this Friday. I think later this month.
I hope she sells, man. I hope she sells. I don't see it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Coi Leray is talented, by the way, too, man. She's talented.
She is too. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna really sell.
I don't see her moving in the units, bro.
Yeah.
I don't see her moving in the units, unfortunately.
It's something about her that's not connecting to hardcore fans banding behind her. You know what I mean? Like, it's something.
Which is sad because the music do speak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So what is it? It's like she not super ugly and nothing like that. The music is solid. Come on, man.
Come on, man. What made you go that way, bro?
I mean, look, bro. I'm just trying to figure it out, bro.
This dude said she not super. She not super ugly. It's crazy, yo. That's nasty work bro. Right there, dog.
Yeah, that was nasty work. My bad, Coi. But look, I'm just saying, we trying to figure out why you're not moving no units, man. And I don't know. To me, I just don't know what it is because the music is good. It's good. I think the music's good.
Nah,
you know what I mean? So
good, man.
I don't know.
The music is good. She's getting co-signs and features for some of the biggest, I believe, if not mistaken. Bro, she got some of the biggest, like, just music period features on this album coming up. I think she had like somebody on her like Stevie Wonder or Charlie Wilson, something crazy. She already got a song with David. What's his name? David Guetta. I think that's how you say his last name.
Yeah, David Guetta. David Guetta. Yeah.
She has some big boy features on her alone just by looking at the track list. So I don't know, man. Hopefully that that benefits the album to sell a couple more units. Because I know the first one, bro. The first quality wise was great. It was a dope album. But I think she only sold like 11,000 in the first week, something crazy.
Doing sweetie numbers, bro. Sweetie numbers.
Tell me about it, man. Sweetie ain't nothing but a ad. You know what I mean? Like, you just see her everywhere. Come on, man. You thought about go crazy on her. I mean, she does great in the ad world. She's always on Super Bowl commercials. She's always on, something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully, Coi push some units, man. I'll probably do a reaction to the album Durkio album, I mentioned that earlier. What was this one called? Durkio album was called Almost Healed. I did a reaction to it. It's a solid. If you haven't listened to it, definitely go check that one out. Some of my favorites off of that one was B12. I love sad songs.
Hard.
Yeah, bro, the features, they came through. And I've been telling cats, man, Durkio he's arriving at that level of just consistency that sits next to cats like Future. You know what I mean? In his what he has in his wheelhouse and arsenal, has been widening as he's been evolving. Like the evolution of Dirk has been something to see. Yeah, what you got?
Hot take, you ready?
Yeah.
Where we tried to put Lil Baby is actually where Lil Durk deserves to be. And so we have to get Lil Baby out of whatever spot we tried to put him in and reinsert Durk right in his rightful place, because we spoke too soon on trying to give Baby his props, but really it belongs to Durk, bro. Get Baby out of here, put Durk right in the middle, bro. Straight up. That's right.
Look, man, hey, where was I at? I've done so many reactions, bro. I don't know which one I did this on, but I spoke to that point, man, and I must agree. I put up a tweet. I said, Durk is greater than Baby at this point. The greater than sign, and I'm like, yeah, you got to take him over him right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's been providing. His catalog has been steadily being, as potent as ever, and he's already had the big boy records and cosign. It's just now that he's not having no droppage like Baby is. Like Baby, from My Turn to It's Only Me, there's a major droppage. There's a major momentum droppage. And he's going to have to, he's in a space though where I believe he has the opportunity to still regain and redeem some of the traction that is being lost in real time right now.
Agree.
I think he's not KOD'd right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's not over, but he's definitely in a panic. I ain't gonna say panic. He's definitely in a critical space where he needs to do something that's gonna change the narrative of the foreseeable future of his career.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
But as it sits right now, yeah, I have to agree with the whole Dirk. Deserves a spot where we were trying to place Baby.
Listen, just to say this as a side note before we move on, it's hard to do when you consider the fact that they made music together, and it feels like every time that they're on the same record, Baby is kicking Dirk's teeth in. It feels like. So it's kind of hard because you're like, yo, in every record I remember, Baby is killing Dirk, but that don't speak nothing to the individual accolades, career, quality of music, quality of projects, work rate, the marketability, like the way that Dirk is marketing himself at this point, all of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would still say Baby is still the better rapper. Like, if we talk about the skill, it's just collectively, like you said, Dirk packages albums and projects better. I think his arsenal is a little bit wider when you talk about what he does performance-wise with his attempts to sing, to be more melodic. He takes chances on other sounds. You know what I mean? And honestly, I used to. I would still say Baby production is pretty stellar, but Dirk's production is overwhelmingly stellar. His ear to pick the right beat in his beat selection is crazy. I mean, a lot of times you fall in love with the song before you even really feel like you even know what Dirk is doing on the record. And but when he decides to actually come onto the record, he doesn't take away from the momentum that the production is already having, like that already exists.
I want a whole Dirk and Take Keith project, man. Give it to me, man. Go ahead and give it to me, bro. Double disc, 30
I'm here
records.
for that.
That's what I want, man.
30 records. Now, hold on. You give me 12 of them, man. Nah, I'm here for that, man. Anything else going on in music, man? I'm trying to think if it's something that's standing out that it's like, yo, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's been a whole lot of stuff we ain't talked about in a minute that I'm going to wait until we get to another episode, because it's a whole lot. We had that We had that Hit Boy diss that was a few weeks or months ago. He was talking crazy. Even though I don't think he really... No, I ain't going to say he can't. He can definitely talk like that. I don't think he has it sold up to be talking as much like that. Metro is a cat that I believe is... His run has been almost unchallenged over the last...
Well, of course, you're gonna feel like that given the roots, though. We got to call a spade a spade. That level of bias.
But I ain't got that because
team, you know what I mean?
I don't know though, dog. Because I'm not necessarily, bro. I mean, you give me somebody else that is in the realm to make me have to really think about it. You know what I mean? Because if we talking about Hit Boy, I think we only give Hit Boy credence a lot of times over these last 5+ years maybe. To the Nas trilogy.
But I would say this though. Hit Boy has got to be the dude that you mentioned simply because, you can say it's the last 5 years, but what he's produced in this 5-year run is unprecedented. With
me, it's only one lane though. We talking about Metro has not only and it's with so many different looks. Metro has not only been giving us soundtracks and albums that have been all stellar. He's been giving us hits. Like he's giving us hits with, of course, Future, but also Future, Drake, and then The Weeknd. Like he's outside of just rap. Like the Heartless joint like them mugs are crazy. Like the number ones. Like he's producing for movies. Like I gotta see Hit Boy. Hit Boy has been putting together a great semblance of a trilogy with Nas, but you talking about all the other stuff that boy Metro been doing. It's theatrical, it's cinematic. You know what I'm saying? He doing sound design.
We should do a whole episode dedicated to that because I really feel like
we can't.
That's a conversation that needs almost an episode tied to it. Because I tend to agree with what you're saying. I just don't want to big up Metro and slight Hit Boy in the process because Metro's palette is definitely more diverse. Anybody who argues that isn't being fair. However, I've been so impressed by what Hit Boy has done in these last couple of years. I would like to take a moment to highlight and even comb through some of that. Maybe some of the less heralded, less promoted stuff that he's been behind, and see what does some of that stuff sound like too. But I think we can have a conversation about that.
Yeah, we could dive into that, man. Definitely, I gotta highlight that Cole verse on All My Life, man. That mug should be talked about. That's the type of stuff that needs to go viral. I went ballistic on a reaction to that. I had like a 15-20 minute rant literally on just that verse alone, bro. Like it was insanity.
Is this another year in which Cole has the verse of the year again?
Yeah, I was telling somebody that. Yeah, he pretty much like the last 3-4 years he had. If not the verse of the year, he's been in the conversation every year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, man.
I think he needs to give us a record with that type of momentum, though. Because what is his last album? The Fall Off? Was it the Off Season? The Fall Off is what's coming. Yeah, the Fall Off is what he's talking about is coming. The Off Season. The Off Season wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Nah. It was just cool though. It was
cool. Forgettable.
Yeah. It seemed like it was hellas ago, but that album wasn't like 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was probably like what, 3, 4 years ago, maybe if that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. I didn't spend much time with that album at all, bro.
Me neither.
And here's the thing. Like, what Cole needs to do is whatever bag he was in for 2014 Forest Hills Drive, go lock yourself in that basement again, bro, and go cook that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's similar to what I want Drake to do. Whatever drugs he was on for Nothing Was the Same, in my opinion, is what I want to do.
Drugs? Hold on now.
Give me, bro, pop whatever you got to pop, drink whatever you got to drink. Put yourself in that same mode, because what you gave us at that time was so crazy that we just need another one of those. So I hope the Fall Off is of that special ilk, that cloth that made Cole. Like, when I heard 2014, I said, "Oh, this is a masterpiece."
Yeah.
True. Even if you can't give us 2014, give us Born Center. Give me another Born Center, bro. I'm cool. Like, give me some memorable. You know what I'm saying? But like recently, the For Your Eyes Only, the Off Season, KOD. These are good albums, but they're more like Oh yeah, solid. Okay, Cole, keep going. And then before you know it, we're talking, thinking about playing something completely different than what he released. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, Super Jam just passed. That was pretty. It looked like an all-woman summit performance or something up there. It was. I mean, I only seen women up there, and I think Rakim came out as like a Vince's legacy act. Cause I think it's been like the 50th year of hip hop. I believe they celebrating up there. Yeah, man, a lot of women out here in the field, man. Ice Spice seems to be leading the pack, man. What you think about that, dog? Shout out to Ice, man. She's been making them right moves constantly, bro. She just had her latest record with Taylor Swift. That mug went number 2. I don't know if it was a fly that I saw, but bro, it looked like she was headlining and they had Cardi B down below her. I thought that was a bit outrageous. But yeah, I mean, she's out here making the right moves, man. You know what I mean? Like, she's continued to do the right things. The co-sign from Nicki was big. You know, that record on Princess Diana, I think that went like number 3. And then she had another one with the Panda Girl that went number 5. So I think they said she got like the most top 5 records of any artist right now in 2023, which is insane. Somehow she's still catching. Hold on, bro. Somehow they still killing her, dog. And I don't know why. Like, she like seemed like the most easy going. She don't be beefing. You know, not really getting at it at nobody. But I gotta give her the shout out, give her the love, man, and definitely say I'm definitely a fan of just the way she move. And I always thought she made cool music. But she's made the right moves, Doc. She's made the right moves. I got to get that too.
Listen, I'm more impressed by the moves than the music, but I also need to realize that in spite of that, that's okay, because that doesn't mean the music is for me. But the moves, the way she's marketed herself, her visibility, putting herself in position, I'm impressed at the end of the day. And I don't think we should kill her for that. I think it takes a level of business savvy and a level of smarts and a level of positioning and the ability to galvanize to put yourself in those positions. So shout out to Ice Spice, man. I don't think the music is for me. I'll be honest. And I'm not even saying that because I don't like that type of like bop or flow or whatever. It just it seems silly to me. Like when I listen to her records, I'm like, this is silly, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, but also. Like, I can't lie, bro. Like, she got a wave right now. She's killing it. So I feel like I don't want to get on here and sound like a hater because I understand what's happened. I just got to say,
yeah. I think. Yeah. I know that's gonna be most people. Like, they may not be the audience for her. I'm not even necessarily the audience. I just find myself to like some records from her, and the moves definitely influenced my fondness of her and likeness for her. But I believe Ice definitely is like this generation it girl, like that's out of the urban space that can cross over to the pop pretty seamlessly. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's already in that manner when you got records with the person that was able to do that just as well with Nicki Minaj, and then you also follow that up with a record with Taylor Swift, which is like the queen of pop, right? She's like everything pop is. And then her marketability, bro, like you talking about first year out, she's on not only the carpet of the Met Gala, but also the cover of Vogue, which is nuts, dog. Like, her team is a machine. Like, they squeaky clean, they crossing all they T's and dotting all they I's and making sure they getting the bag right. I seen a breakdown of her detailing her situation with her label and her deal. That seems to be highly in her favor to where she still owns a master's. So yeah, man, like it's crazy because, you know, some of these other women and other females may very much be more skilled, maybe even just artistically better and a lot of other things, but team moves and just marketability is highly in favor of Ice Spice, and she's winning. Like, she's winning, dog. So, gotta give kudos to her. Shout out to her, man. We shall see, though. She only has an EP out right now, but off of just an EP alone, she's been making waves in huge momentum. It's similar, quite similar to kind of how Cardi came in, because Cardi still is stretched out one album to still be as relevant as she is now, right? Features, performances on award ceremonies and things of that nature. And man, she stretched it out. So, and I would say Cardi was the last it girl that was before Ice, and Ice is kind of there now. And yeah, man, we shall see what that debut album looks like. Outside of that, man, you know, we always looking for some new Drizzy. Not sure when he's gonna be coming. Pause. But we shall see. Big Wigs, Kendrick. I don't know. Did you like that Hillbillies with him and what's the kid name?
King.
Yeah, Baby King. What'd you think about that, man? We can touch on that right now.
To be honest with you, I don't even want to cover it, man, because I feel like it was a throwaway. I don't even want to disrespect Kendrick and King by even covering that. Maybe they just felt like they needed to feed the streets. That's what that record sounds like. Hey, here, take this. So yeah. I don't have much to say because it's like I was so disinterested with that record. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Y'all clearly just wanted to get it. What's happening, man? What's happening, guys? What's happening with this? So
the production was offsetting and kind of a turn off, and then also the video, it was just like you said, maybe they just felt the need to feed the streets. They own tour, you know, probably just shot some stuff, laid some bars. Maybe already had that record in the cut.
In the tuck. Yep.
Yeah, and just threw it out. You know, why not? You know, if I'm a huge fan, I'm the co-following, I'm sure them people are eating it up and love it. So, you know, I feel like it was one of those situations. Supposedly he was taking shots at Drake somewhere in there. I tried to listen to it thoroughly to see what was going on. Somebody may have broke it down, but I didn't see nothing out there that's straightforward enough for, you know, Drake to bite his teeth on and, you know, go to the booth and lay some on wax. But hey, man, if he is shooting at Drizzy, I need him to come more correct than that. You know what I mean? Or direct. Because, you know, we all looking for that.
Ain't it.
Yeah, we all looking for that, man. But, yeah, man, we shall see, man, you know, beginning of the summer. What else you got going on down there, my G? Anything popping for the summer, my G?
Grinding, man, grinding. Too much stuff going on this summer, man. Yeah. Personal projects, you know, community projects, traveling. It's heavy this summer, man. So y'all keep me, you know, in your head spaces, keep me in the prayers. If you think about it, just got a lot going on, man. So I appreciate the love, but also want to make sure that we can continue to give more people to podcasts and things of that nature. So yeah, man, I'm trying to balance it all, my G, but too many things to even recount right now. Just know that a lot is going on and we moving in.
Had to drop a flex bomb. Had to drop a flex bomb for that recount word, dog.
Yeah.
I feel you, dog. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the summer, man. You know, hopefully, well, it's definitely gonna happen, man. We come down there to the H-Town. I'm stoked to come to the H-Town, man. I haven't been. You know, I've been to various parts of Texas, Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, but haven't been to H-Town, man. And, you know, of course, got you down there, a couple of the family and folks down there, man, that I'm looking forward to pulling up on and seeing what's popping in the city. But more importantly, coming in and putting in some work, get some of these live episodes recorded. And
Absolutely, bro.
Man, looking forward to that, dog. Got some new music coming, you know what I mean? Excited for that, you know, some visuals, some not just music videos, but you know, some other ventures in the creative space, you know, that's brewing that I'm excited to roll out too, man. That'll be kind of going into not only the fall, but also next year. So yeah, man, really looking forward to it, man. As far as the sabbatic, what do I say? The unprepared sabbatical that we took on. We took, you know, hopefully that's not gonna happen, and you know, the episodes will be coming more fluently and regularly scheduled. You know what I mean? Bi-weekly probably will be ideal, but you know, as things steam up over the summer and you know, schedules move around, hopefully more time is allowed and allotted for us to be able to crank out these joints and get them straight to y'all, man, because it feels good to be back in front of the camera, man. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. Man, what else you got going out before we leave up out of here with that big noise, my G?
Listen, in the meantime, in between time, continue to follow, continue to support. More updates coming. Again, all the music and things of that nature that I plugged months ago is coming behind the scenes. Work writing for other artists, doing some placements and stuff like that. Just in the space where you might see it on different like shows and backgrounds and commercials and all that. So working on a lot of that stuff, and as those placements begin to drop and show themselves, definitely want to keep people in the loop. More ventures coming, live episodes, and who knows, man. You know what I'm saying? The more opportunity comes, maybe we can do a little, couple city tour, man. Pull up on a few people, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. As we see different communities and places that support us, we can do something like that. So a lot coming down the pipe. Just continue to support, man. At Kenny Klarity, at Word of Klarity on the gram. Just hit us up and follow, man. Be in the loop, man, so we know what's going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely trying to bring this mud to some cities, man. Have some live interactions. Love the whole social club type of settings, you know what I mean? Just pulling up, chopping with the people, getting other people engaged, letting their opinions get off their chest, and, hitting y'all with some of these fiery debates, hot takes, and things of that nature, man. So, yeah, man, like Kenny Klarity said, man, make sure y'all hit the gram, hit the TikTok, hit the DSPs on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. They got YouTube Podcasts now. Make sure y'all check us out there on the channel.
Yes,
make sure y'all stay tuned as well on It's Just _word on IG. You know what I mean? Hit that link in the bio for the link tree, and you could also follow all those things and stay tuned to the channel on YouTube and things of that nature too, man. But you know what time it is, man. This is the Word of Clarity, where we talk about music and sports, where the words are clear and it brings clarity. Man, we gonna get on out of here, dog. Make sure y'all support, continue to like, hit the comments, hit the subscribe. We need all the subscribers, man. And y'all know what time it is, man. Holla at the kid. Yee.
One.